Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Gavi and how we should implement Gavi into the next season at FC Barcelona. Later in the video, we're also going to be talking about the latest regarding Xavi Simons, and then after that, we will speak about Guido Rodriguez. As it has been said that Barcelona are very close on signing the central defensive midfielder. But let's first talk about Gavi. One of the journalists was talking about a story about what happened between Xavi and Gavi a few months ago, and the journalist was like, okay, who do I think would be a good captain at Barcelona? Let me tell you a story. And so this is what he said. They have one, but he is injured, and that is Gavi. In fact, I was talking to Xavi about one time before getting injured. Xavi described the team as Gavi's team, and he said Gavi was already a captain. Xavi remembered a story that when Gavi started playing more as a starter, logically trying to respect the hierarchy of the team, he saw three players who were not doing what they were supposed to do. And he goes to Xavi and he tells him, listen, these three don't do exactly what you told them to do. And so Xavi told Gavi, well, go tell them then. I won't tell you the names, but all three are great players. Gavi scowled them off, and from that moment on, everything changed. And that is when Xavi did tell some journalists, right, some people that are very close to FC Barcelona, that he does see Gavi as a captain. And that is why I do want to speak about the player, because one of the things that I have been really thinking about is what is going to be the role of Gavi next season. Because look, Gavi went through a very serious injury back on November 20th, 2023. The amount of games that Barcelona went through that, when we really needed Gavi, he was just not there because of that injury. Like in that match against PSG or the match against Real Madrid, and especially in the match against Girona, Barcelona needed Gavi. Because if you look at the players and what they were doing, and especially again against Girona, they were playing satanic, haram football. I'm just like, dude, what is this? Like, these players went out there to go represent Barcelona and they did not act like they wanted second place in La Liga. They gave up everything. And if only Gavi was there, he probably would have lifted up the spirits of many of the Barcelona players. And so to me, Gavi is most likely in the top three most important players at Barcelona right now. Like, I would literally put Gavi right next to the importance of Koundé and the importance of Gundogan. And so to me, I see Gavi as a starter at Barcelona next season for sure. I know that we have a lot of great interiors. I know that we're also going to be signing a CDM, but Gavi has to start in some capacity, because look, like I've said, in the summer we will be signing a CDM. We're also going to be signing a top left winger, meaning that there is going to be no such thing as a false left winger, and we're going to be able to place 4 total midfielders. That's not going to be happening. There's only going to be 3 spots, which is in the midfield, and Gavi deserves to start in one of those spots. So assuming that Barcelona sign, let's say for example Zubimendi, there's only going to be 2 spots left. So it's either going to be Zubimendi and Gundogan and Pedri, or Zubimendi and Gundogan and Gavi, or Zubimendi and Pedri and Gavi. Those are going to be the only 3 choices. And I do want to ask you guys this: who do you believe should be starting with Zubimendi in the midfield? And so to me, I feel like Xavi Hernandez is going to be taking the Guardiola route, and how he ran Man City during that Champions League campaign where they won everything. Meaning that Guardiola, right, he used 3 midfielders during that amazing season where they won everything, which was Rodri, De Bruyne, and Gundogan. 3 different profiles. Guardiola used those 3 players because Rodri was the one that was always winning the ball in the pitch, De Bruyne was the progressor with the ball, and then you had Gundogan controlling the midfield. That was their main roles. Of course, they all had to contribute in some capacity to all win balls and to defend it and everything all around, but still, that was their main role. Xavi Hernandez is going to be doing the exact same thing with Zubimendi, Gavi, and Gundogan, I believe. I don't think that Pedri is going to be that all-time starter like all the time, because I just feel like with the amount of injuries Pedri has gone through, yes, he should continue at Barcelona, but he should not be relied on so much, because I still want him to understand his body, understand how much can he take. And I think that next season with Zubimendi, Gavi, and Gundogan, 3 players who rarely do get injured, should be starting, and they give you 3 different things. You have Zubimendi as the controller, Gavi as the one who wins the ball, and Gundogan as the progressor. So Gundogan will be the highest midfielder and will be the number 8, just like what we see right now in this season. Gavi will be the second highest midfielder, and then Zubimendi will be the deepest. It's not the most ideal, I would say. Like, if you want to grow Barcelona and you want to set Barcelona up for the future, then yes, I would welcome Pedri, Gavi, and Zubimendi, right? That is our future. But just for the next season specifically, we're just talking about the next season, and that's it. After that, we don't know. But for just the next season, the most ideal and the most balanced, it is Gundogan, Gavi, and Zubimendi. And so let me know in the comment sections down below, do you see Gavi as a starter? And if you don't, who is your preferred midfield 3? And if you do see Gavi as a starter, who do you see Gavi starting with? Moving on towards the next conversation, and I do want to quickly speak about Xavi Simons, because everybody has been asking me what is the latest on this player. Many are excited, right? Because we're talking about a player that used to play at Barcelona before. And if you look at the stats that Xavi Simons has brought to Europe, they are amazing stats. This guy really is progressing to a level where we're like, oh my god, we did not expect him to be this good this early. early. We thought, and many thought back in 2016, 2017 that Xavi Simons was going to go to PSG, and then everybody's just going to forget who that player was. But no, Xavi Simons is becoming a real-time big player, and for him to come to Barcelona as a left winger, knowing his goals, knowing his assist, he can really be effective for this club. Now, like I've said before in many videos, Xavi Simons would be a perfect fit at Barcelona, but the most difficult thing that we're going to have to go through is to negotiate with PSG. And business-wise, between PSG and Barcelona, it has not been so great. PSG never want to give Barcelona any favors. Xavi Simons has an option to choose exactly where he does want to go to if he does decide to go on loan. Like, he can choose any club. It's not going to be up to PSG or anybody else. It's only Xavi Simons. And so if he says, I want to go on a loan move to FC Barcelona, PSG do have to listen. Now, we do have some brand new details that does state Xavi Simons does not want to return to PSG this summer. So that is going to be out of the picture. He does not want to go there. I feel like, right, he has been betrayed because of the amount of loans that he has gone through, which is why we're hearing this report. So let's continue. He isn't motivated to move to PSG anymore. Paris and Leipzig will negotiate a transfer, and then it will remain to be seen whether or not he will stay in Germany. So what that basically means is, okay, Paris and Leipzig are going to be negotiating a transfer, and then after they're done with all the details, the contracts and everything, then it's going to be up to Xavi Simons to say, yes, this deal's okay, let's move to Germany. But that is where I believe Xavi Simons could also say, yes, this does sound great, I would like to stay at Leipzig. Leipzig has been very nice to me. I love the club, I love the people, but I do want to go on a loan move to FC Barcelona. So it's up to him. Like, he has the power on what he does want to do. Like, PSG and Leipzig can do all they want and talk as much as they want, but if Xavi Simons does not see his future at Leipzig, then he has to speak up and he has to say, I want to move to FC Barcelona and only FC Barcelona. If I have to go on 2 loan moves until the summer of 2026 to stay at Barcelona, I will do that to give Barcelona more time to potentially buy me in Europe. And so lastly, I do want to speak about our first potential signing, which is Guido Rodriguez. And it says here, according to 21 Marty, that Xavi's decision to stay was a reason why Rodriguez's operation progressed forward. The coach has had many conversations with the midfielder and knows his playing style of football, which is very much liked from Xavi. There is already a pre-contract agreement with Barcelona, and he will be joining Barcelona in July. It is going to be a contract for 2 years and 1 optional year. We also have other reports about Oriol Romeu leaving FC Barcelona in this summer. So you can see that some things are moving. Barcelona are saying, okay, Oriol Romeu, thank you for everything, but you are not good enough. We're going to switch you out and we're going to bring in Guido Rodriguez. It's basically an upgrade towards our backup CDM position. We're still going to be going for a world-class pivot, but it's just for right now, we just need a better upgrade in terms of our backup. And Oriol Romeu is not a good, sustainable backup option within our pivot position, like at all. This guy will lose you balls more than Kim Kardashian. And so to me, I see this as a phenomenal signing. I feel like this player here can really bring his experience to our youngsters because, you know, he's a World Cup champion. He has done a lot for Argentina. He has also done a tremendous job at Real Betis. And so I do welcome this signing and welcome to the player. I'm happy that you are here. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.